before we get into the episode, I wanted to wish a very special birthday today.
Oh, that's nice.
To a very special person, really important to this podcast.
Oh, you're way too kind.
Tomorrow, it is my sister's birthday, so I wanted to say happy birthday, Kelsey.
Oh, you're not talking about someone else?
Oh, yeah, no, and we also had our cousin Jackie had a birthday.
No, not that one. The other one we're celebrating.
Michael C. Hall?
No, the other one. Oh, forget it.
Harry Styles!
That was just really funny, though, like, because obviously I've been getting notifications all day of just like, oh, hey, happy birthday, and so all these people pretending they remember who I am or that we're friends on Facebook because they see my name, because they see my name listed under birthday or whatever, and then just having, one of my exes be like, oh, happy birthday, I'm like, I didn't even know we were friends on Facebook still, and why are you wishing me a happy birthday?
I forgot that she exists, and immediately afterwards also forgot that she exists, and currently don't know who she is.
Yeah, because no one ever met her except my family. And yeah, it's just funny that it's just like, you were literally in my life for like 2 months. Last time we talked was over the phone when you dumped me, and I mean, hey, I wish you the best. I don't even know where you are in life right now, but...
And I wish you the best.
No. Kevin, no.
Okay.
No. You want to know I wish the best? This episode of the Hodge Podcast.
Me.
No.
Damn it.
No. Welcome to the Hodge Podcast, the official podcast of countryhodgepodge.com. I'm your host.
I'm
your host, Steve Hodge, and joining me as always is my co-host, cousin, and lover, Kevin Hodge.
Oh, hello, everybody.
Hodge. Kevin?
Hello.
Screw it. We're going to start this one over. Hello, my name is Steve Hodge.
It's a much better start over.
Let's do it again. Hello,
One more time.
Hello, welcome to the Hodge Podcast, the official podcast of countryhodgepodge.com. I'm your host, Steve Hodge. Joining me as always, my co-host, coach, and lover, Kevin Hodge. That one work?
No. Oh, wait, is this the time when I'm supposed to talk?
This will never be good. Kevin, did you know that Wheeler's sober?
One day sober, one day at a time.
I just, I'm not, telling him he should take it down or anything, but it's, such a shitty thing to kind of make fun of that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, I don't know.
Because I saw he posted 1 day sober, 2 days sober, 3 days sober, and then next day he posted 1 day sober, and he's like, oh, sorry, I had a little fun last night. And it's just all right, you tripped up, and then he goes 2 days sober, and then 1 day sober goes, oh, it was happy hour, couldn't turn that. I'm like you're kind of making a mockery of people who have actual drinking problems.
And I don't know how I feel about it because on one hand, his whole thing is a bit anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, like if it's a character, and so a character doing this is kind of like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
It's not like a guy out there like legitimately being like, no, if you have a drinking problem, I'm going to laugh at you. But at the same time, it is kind of shitty because he did take that 2 months off or whatever from the
where
internet.
he was obviously still doing stuff because, hey, if you guys don't know, Wheeler Walker's not a real person. He's a man named Ben Hoffman.
Yeah.
And
no,
he was still
Ben
tweeting.
Hoffman is a completely different person.
Yeah, and he was tweeting the whole time, so it's obviously he wasn't in rehab. He was just taking a break from Wheeler. And then he comes back saying, like, oh, Wheeler's back. He's a new guy. He's staying sober. And then now he's just making a mockery of sobriety. And it's just like, I mean, obviously I joke about sobriety. I've gone through long patches of sobriety for health reasons and stuff, but then I go back to drinking. But I'm not sitting there just like, oh, I'm got my token for a month and throwing it away. Like I understand it's like him doing a bit, but at the same time, it's just kind of because people don't know that he's a fake person. And
but really?
Yeah, I know. But when I first heard of him, I didn't know he was a real person until I, took 5 seconds to look into who he was and then realized, he's a fake person. But yeah, I don't know. It was just kind of, we don't have to go. We don't have to talk about it too much. It just seems like kind of a shitty thing to do to make fun of that for the sake of a bit for your little comedy.
I just wonder. I feel like he must just not have much going on to talk about,
or else
this is
it
just
might
a
be
way
leading into some bit that he's doing.
This could be the build towards something.
Yeah, it's just because there's a lot of people who are just kind of like, oh yeah, good for you.
Yeah, because the amount of people that were like really supportive in the comments on like when he first said 1 day sober the first time. There were a lot of people that were super supportive, so it does kind of suck for that.
Then again, there were also some people who were just the king of assholes who are like, dude, quitting's for losers, and it's just like, you're an asshole. If you're that's like, it's such a douchey thing to sell someone if you're calling them out for trying to quit.
It's like the high school person or like
pressure.
the college freshman, like, what, you're gonna not drink this beer that I hand you, even though you're like dying of alcohol poisoning and you're puking everywhere, like you pussy. And then it's like, oh yeah, you're right, and that's how hazing people dies.
Yeah, that's exactly how it goes. Yeah, people are dumb. But you want to know who is sober? Jason Isbell, who won a Grammy or two.
Yeah. So I wrote an article in response to the Grammys because I wrote an article before the Grammys.
My dad's calling me. Hold on.
Voicing displeasure over the Grammy nominations. But now that it's all said and done, I mean, the Grammys did go about as well as they could have from the country perspective, with Stapleton winning basically winning all the stuff he was nominated for. And then, I think the Americana sections were already loaded with good music, but I loved Jason Isbell's album, so him winning it, I was very cool with.
Yeah.
The only thing that bugged me was obviously the dude, the president of the American Recording Academy or whatever the fuck they're called.
So
him
stupid.
saying like women need to step up in order to win Grammys. I'm like, okay, you're just a fucking idiot, because there was so much good music that came out this year from women, just from the country perspective, but also outside of the country.
I can't remember exactly how many we had, but I know we've had Ira Wolf and Aaron Enderlin and Sonny Sweeney on our top from last year.
My top 5 has Sonny Sweeney and Ira Wolf on it, and I really, really like those. And in basically any other year, those would be like a top 2 album of the year. I just really, really liked the other ones that came out this year. And the fact that, like, I don't even listen to pop music, but Kesha's album was actually good. Like, it was really good.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
like, outside of even knowing that the whole thing about her finally breaking free and having like an abusive manager before that, and like actually like being able to record her own music, like that story also makes the album that much more important. But it was also just good, and so the fact that a guy can be like, "Yeah, they need to step up," is like, "Okay, you're
that guy
just
obviously,
full of shit."
Yeah, well, because all right, let's say if devil's advocate, if they had to step up, what do they have to do to step up that would make them win Grammys? Because the only thing that they need is they need better, more people viewing their stuff, but that doesn't happen when radio won't play their shit. What do they expect from
but then
people
it's also
that they need to quote-unquote step up?
Yeah, it just goes hand in hand with the fact that they don't play people on the radio, they don't play women on the radio. despite the fact, and also like the radio just doesn't play the shit that's good anyway, because Stapleton won Grammys again, so he's 2 years
won
in a row.
3 Grammys, didn't he?
No, not 2 years in a row. He won 3 Grammys this year, and he won the Best Country Album Grammy for the second time in his career.
Yeah.
Still doesn't get played on the radio.
Yeah.
So so the radio's already stupid to begin with.
Yeah.
And so then you throw on the fact that they don't play women enough. It's like, okay, well you're just dumb and you don't know anything. So.
That was probably, of the stupid shit I've ever heard people say about female artists, that was probably the dumbest one I've heard.
Oh yeah.
And like
I'm not a person who would say we need to just start giving Grammys to women for the sake of diversity, but it's not like you even have to just give it to them. They rightfully deserve them.
Yeah.
You're just not doing it.
Yeah.
Like you're just not.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it's just a. I mean, the thing that sucks though about it is when you think of the mainstream females that they're there, that would mean that would have to go to Maren Morris, Kelsey Ballerini.
Well, the thing that I thought was
or,
with
I guess Carly Pearce,
Miranda Lambert's Tin Man was up for a Grammy.
Yeah.
That Grammy ended up going to Stapleton for Either Way, which, granted, I love that song.
That was Broken Halos. Is it
Broken
Either
Halos? No, it was Broken Halos. Just kidding.
I was going to say, Either Way,
Yeah.
I would totally take it, but
So
I
it
like
was a
Tin
Broken
Man
Halos,
more
yeah.
than
So
Broken
that exactly.
Halos.
So I 100%. I mean, I love Stapleton, but I 100% thought if that award was going to go to one of the nominees, should have gone to Miranda Lambert.
Oh, yeah, 100%. That song is one of the best songs of last year.
Oh, it was very good.
That song's amazing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the Grammys. But the good thing is Chris Stapleton did win over, Body Like a Back Road and crap like that. And
then that was the other thing.
Thomas Rhett was up for something,
Yeah,
too.
his album was up for Best Country
yeah.
Album, because that makes sense.
Yeah.
But that was the other thing, that the pop bro country people didn't get any awards, and so
Yeah. So
that,
the negative
that
is,
makes it okay.
Yeah, the negative is they snubbed females, but the positive is the people who did win at least are
Yes,
good.
exactly. Yeah, my complaint is the same complaint I had ahead of time, where there was a lot of music that didn't get nominated that I thought should have.
Yeah.
But based on what was nominated, I think it went about as well from the country perspective as it could have.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was just a whole lot of shit and a whole lot of good, a whole lot of shit. But
I walked around all day in my people.
Anyway, yeah, that's all I really have to say about the Grammy.
That's all I have to say about that.
As we've said many times, we really don't give a shit about these awards.
Didn't watch.
But because I heard it was a whole lot of boo Donald Trump and
Boo
time's
Wendy.
up, even though fuck
Wendy.
women at the same time.
That was the thing I thought was really funny, was that going into it seemed like that was going to be a huge deal, like having the protests for women was going to be like a huge part of it, and then I saw the award listing. I think it was something really ridiculous. Like there was only one woman won a major award, and then 10% or something of the awards went to women. It was like something like ridiculous stat like that. I'm like, oh, well, all right.
Well, yes. Who was it? Was it Leanne Womack who said that they think they should just go back to splitting it with men and women categories, because if they're going to shaft women all the time, they might as well just give them their own category again.
Yeah.
Because I don't think. I mean, at the same time, it sucks because I think women should just be able to beat men because their music is as good.
Yeah, no, I think
sometimes better.
I wouldn't be opposed simply for the fact that it would get that many more nominations and awards out there.
Yeah, that's true.
But at the same time, the Grammys are fucking up by their own means right now.
Yeah.
They have all of the best music available to them, and they're just choosing to ignore it.
Yeah, and the thing that would suck is even if they did, I mean, I could be wrong, but even if they did make a woman's category again, it would be, or women's, not woman's, woman. If they did make that category, they would just scrape at the top of the barrel for what they know, and so it would be like Maren Morris, who else is up there? Kelsey Ballerini.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift somehow was sneaking there.
Oh yeah, I was
give
waiting.
Beyonce it for Lemonade.
I was waiting for Taylor Swift's album to get nominated in the country category this year, just to be like, oh, let's be ridiculous.
Yeah, but I don't know what they need to do, but yeah, they need to stop acting like women aren't making good music, because I don't even know how many women we have covered on our site and podcast. Not that we're these white knights or whatever that are,
We are white.
Well, we are white. But we're not nice. I have not been knighted.
My mascot in high school was Knight. So
It's true. But you guys are black and silver.
Damn it.
But no, it's like, yeah, we're not trying to be like, oh, we support women, we're feminists. It's just we genuinely listen to great music made by them, like we've interviewed.
Well,
Montgomery.
I think we have the ability to rationally judge music for ourselves.
Yeah.
And when we hear music, regardless of who makes it, we can determine if it's good or not.
Yeah.
And it's an undisputable fact that there was great music that came out this year that was recorded.
Yeah, and that's the thing that sucks that we have to have this conversation because when I heard Sunny Sweeney, I didn't listen to that album Trophy and just think like, this is a good female artist. I'm like, this is a fucking amazing album.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if she's a man or woman. Those songs are amazing. Yeah. And same with Ira Wolf, same with Aaron Enderlin, same with, Bonnie Montgomery's, which is coming out here in a week or two.
Yep.
That one is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that. We'll be gushing about that one when it comes out as well. We've already been gushing about it because we've heard it. But yeah, we'll be talking about that a shit ton because it's not because they're women that we're like, we have to have as many as men. Yeah. It's just they're out and they're good.
Yeah.
And they're just...
the award shows are just ignoring them on their own volition.
Yeah, and it really comes down to the radio fucking them because what was it, or the Spotify thing that Saving Country Music put up about how they were like less than 1% of some of the playlists.
The playlist thing is really ridiculous.
Yeah, like hot country
because
and
all
country
that doesn't do much. So all I have to think is that I guarantee Spotify has to be getting paid to put artists on
100%.
Playlists.
Well, because then they showed the four, because there are good Americana playlists that Spotify does put out. There are great playlists, but the mainstream country ones, Thomas Rhett was on the cover of 2 of the 4 of them.
Oh yeah, no, it's
for hot country.
The title of the playlist means nothing because they're basically just all the same shit.
Yeah, it's the same song 50 times.
Yeah,
I think they said there were like, I can't remember. There was like a Miranda Lambert song on one of them, and like. But it was like the only song on there.
It was single digits out of the hundreds of songs on them.
It was so it's so dumb.
So like, dumb. Yeah,
like we don't. With us, we don't promote the music based on it's a man or a woman making good music. It's just we like good music, and a lot of the time it is made by women.
And we don't get paid to say what we think.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is legitimately what we think.
We don't have Atlantic Records in our pockets being like, hey, promote this person. I don't know who's on that label.
Dingus McFlattop.
Fucking the guy with the 5 o'clock shadow tight jeans, white t-shirt, and a flat bill hat.
Oh, you mean white guy with a flat bill hat and a white t-shirt and ripped jeans?
Yeah, my favorite artist, and he's going to be singing about tailgates.
I heard he's going on tour with white guy with a flat bill hat on and a white t-shirt and ripped jeans.
Oh, before we get into this amazing music we're talking about today, can we just really quickly say how that's the worst tour ever? Did you see Luke Bryan's new tour lineup?
I can't believe that you understood where I was going with that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, we're on the same page. Yeah. That is the worst lineup I've ever seen in my life.
Luke Bryan, Sam Hunt are gonna shit in your eyes, ears, and mouth at the same time.
And every sorority girl in this country subsequently came their pants at the same time.
I legitimately read the whatever article I saw that was sharing that, and I was like, ugh.
Yeah, and it's just
like I think I was at work at my desk, and I think I made an audible ugh just as I read it.
And it just sucks because stuck there in the middle of it is John Party making his weird smile.
He looks like he has to use the bathroom at all times, or just recently shit his pants.
You got John Party, who's good, and then you have Carly Pearce. I think she's on a leg of it too, which it's not surprising because I don't know if we've talked. I'm sure we have talked about it, but it's kind of pop. It's a little pop-ish. She has a lot of good on that CD, but it is a very safe pop mainstream country album. Yeah. So it's not surprising she's amazing. Yeah, she's so good. But so it's not surprising that they're adding her to the leg of the tour because she does have that sound in a way, even though she is much better than all of them, except maybe John Party because he's really good. But Carly Pearce is a much better singer than John Party.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're buying tickets for front row. That's what I wanted to say. But what we'll never see is the band we're talking about today. No, just kidding. Today we wanted to finally get to Turnpike Troubadours. I know a lot of people have been asking us for this episode because, anyone who's south of us loves Turnpike Troubadours.
Yeah, and it's amazing for anyone who's listening who is down there and you know Turnpike very well, and you know that everyone down there knows Turnpike very well, up here in the Iowa and the Midwest, for some reason they haven't gotten an exposure, which is just really fucked up because obviously, as we all know, they're tremendous. Like Turnpike is unreal. They're so good.
Yeah.
But they're a group that I will mention their name to any group of random people up here.
Even if they like country.
Yeah, and they'll have no idea who we're talking about.
Yeah.
Which is, again, amazing because, it's not that they're, I don't know how many streams they have on their songs, but it's at least enough that it's like, how do you not have at least heard of them? And it really just goes to show how the Nashville labels so heavily dictate what gets played in like the northern areas for sure, because you usually get like one or two country stations per listening region, and all they do is play the top whatever over and over and over again. And you really have to go down south to either the Texas area, Oklahoma area, or like down south to get any sort of radio station that plays stuff that's not the top 40.
Yeah, remember when that third station started in Chicago, like 95.5, and it was like, different country, a new station, and it was literally the same exact thing.
Because I remember the first time that I heard it, where they were just like, different, whatever their tagline was, for like, different country, 97, 69 FM. And then it was just like, now playing Luke Bryan. And I was like, fucks.
They tricked us with all the advertising leading up to it, like, this is a different country station. Yep. It's completely different. And it's the same thing. But no, like, if you're listening from up here where we're from in the Midwest,
and you haven't listened to Turnpike, get on your fucking horse.
You better be listening to this episode, because this is something you need to listen to. But the thing is up here, no one's heard of them. And, like, it's the same even when Cody Johnson came to Chicago. Like, I think he sold out Joe's when we were there, but that's still Joe's, which is a couple hundred people. But he has arenas down in Texas that he sells out. And then it's the same with...
He played the Houston Rodeo.
Yeah, and then Turnpike... No one up here knows them, but they were the headliners of Medicine Stone.
Yeah.
And that was who everyone was, like, the whole weekend, we're all asking everyone, like, oh, who are you guys excited for? Everyone was saying Turnpike. Like, that is the band we want to see this weekend.
And then when they were on, everybody was singing every line to every song.
Like, even I don't, like, I listened, we both listened to a lot of Turnpike, but I didn't even know, like, half the songs they played. Like, I mean, I had recognized them, but, like, I was mostly sitting there just listening to them because I didn't know the lyrics to all of them. And yeah, I know, I'm losing. But that's how huge they are, is that everyone there was singing to every song, and I'd be, because usually every concert we go to, I'm usually singing every song because I am obsessed, obviously, with country music, as we have this
nerd.
But, like, yeah, I'm sitting there just enjoying the songs because it's, but yeah, they're a headliner down there.
Yeah.
And up here, it'd be like, because actually they were at...
They've been
Boondocks in Springfield, because I remember...
And they've been to Iowa City before. Did they come again this... brain broken. They've been to Iowa before. I know they have, but it's just been to Iowa City.
But yeah, because there's actually Watson, our buddy Watson. He introduced me to them actually a couple of years ago, because he sent me Long Hot Summer Days, like, listen to the song, it's amazing. And then I was supposed to go to the concert in Springfield, but I was sick that weekend, so I couldn't go, so I gave the ticket to someone else. But yeah, so some people know them, but yeah, they play like little bars up here, whereas down there it's just like, yeah, they're headlining festivals.
Yeah, the disparity between the recognition is truly amazing.
Yeah. Their top played song, according to their top 5 popular songs, is 7 and 7 with 10 million. Almost 11 million. So.
Yeah, and that is so many that it's really shocking that they have not been heard of more up here. Okay. And if you're listening up here and you're like, I love Turnpike and I've known them forever, what are you talking about? Well, you must live in a different area than we do.
And let's be friends.
Yes,
because I don't have any
come
friends.
hang out with us and listen to good music.
Yeah. But anyway,
and Steve B's friends.
Yeah, I don't know if I have anything real else to say before we get to the top 10.
They're great. They're from Oklahoma, and they're great.
Yeah, well, actually, because the people we were camping next to, who were very friendly to us and let us be friends, and yeah, they were talking about how they knew one of the guys in the band because he's from Tahlequah, and so Tahlequah, which I still think is still Tahlequah. It's Tahlequah, yeah. They mispronounced their own city.
Deal with it.
Amarillo, Texas.
Amarillo by Morganin.
Morganin?
Yeah, it's if you say morning in Swedish, but say it wrong.
Oh, all right. I'll take your word.
I don't remember what yellow is though.
Lolo. So if this is your first time listening because you're a huge Turnpike fan, hello, welcome. You're probably gonna stop listening to us after this because we're very annoying. But what we do is Kevin and I both make our own. We used to just do our own top 5s, but instead we made our own top 10s, and we use a little point system to make cumulative top 10. And so that's how we kind of decide on the top 10 songs that we think you should listen to them by them, whether they're singles or not. Just these are their best songs. Listen to them. So,
yes,
without further ado, we'll get into top 10 with number 10, Before the Devil Knows We're Dead.
We'll raise another round, boys, and have another glass. Be thankful for a day, know that it'll never last. And let's leave the world laughing when our eulogies are read. May we all get to heaven before the devil knows we're dead. May we all get to heaven before the devil knows we're dead.
This song is just very,
very upbeat
sounding.
It's very
just
quick.
I just love the line that let's hope we get to heaven before the devil knows we're dead. So
yeah. I mean, it's the whole song is kind of like it feels to me like I don't know if this is if this is a correct thing, but like I feel like the Irish people do this with the the Irish, like what I would imagine like an Irish funeral where everyone is like drinking and celebrating and remembering the person in like a positive light, because that's kind of what the song is, like a bunch of different stories of someone who like sounds like they die in some way, and then it goes to the chorus where it's like hopefully like they'll think back and smile during our eulogies, and we'll make it to heaven before the devil knows we're dead.
Yeah, that line is just so great. It's kind of like if you're going through hell, keep on going, like that kind of thing. But instead, it's like you're dead, so you're kind of sneaking your way up to heaven before the devil realizes, like, no, you belong down here. Like, what are you doing? And like this top 10. There have been a couple episodes where it's been like damn near impossible for us to make tops, and this one just because like I have my certain Turnpikes that are on my different playlists that I listen to, but then when I was listening to all their songs, I was like, there's literally not a bad song.
Yeah,
like,
no,
I was just writing songs down, like, no, I'll not that one, but that one's good, but not that one. Like it was just
when I was trying to put it together, I had a large group of songs that like. I was thinking, this has got to be on it. This has got to be on. This has got to be on. And then I had 18 songs. I'm like, shit.
Like last week, I don't know if you did listen to last week's episode for Kenny Chesney when I just got the initial songs that I wanted to put on there, 46 songs. Mm-hmm. And this one, I don't even know if they have 46 songs, but literally every single song could have been on this list. So, but these are just the 10 that we like above.
44?
I don't know. They have, 3 CDs? 4 CDs?
4 CDs. Because I want to say when I was looking at it, it was like 11 songs, 12 songs, 11 songs, 12 songs.
Possibly.
If I remember correctly.
That'd be 46 then. But yeah, so, out of their 4 CDs, it was impossible to make a top 10. But, anyway, anything else about that one?
Nope.
All right, number 9, Down Here.
Well, I heard you've been running with a wilder cast, playing hard and living fast. For a while you had a blast, you were feeling 10 feet tall. You're gonna be alright, you'll be fine. You can have a nickel out of my last dime. The moon is bright and you're alright down
here. This one was on your top 10, so I'll let you lead off with it.
What? So Down Here, it's kind of this story song about a guy who was like probably left town to try to do bigger, better things, and was kind of like living fast and whatever. And then whatever they were doing, they like failed at, and so they're coming back to town like kind of with their tail between their legs. Yeah. And the singer is basically just kind of saying like, you're going to be all right, you'll be fine, and then saying, like, you can have a nickel out of my last dime, and it's all right, you'll be fine down here, basically saying, we still like you here. You still have friends and family. Kind of like you can always come back to your hometown, kind of thing. And just I like that whole line about you can have a nickel out of my last dime, because that whole Southern hospitality idea.
It's another just really happy song.
Yep.
That's what I think. They're going to be another one that most of them are going to be pretty much like that for us. But
yeah, well, the thing about Turnpike is they have so many songs that are obviously really well written, and that are kind of like just telling stories. Like that's how they structure a lot of their songs. Is like they tell a story and it has some sort of meaning.
Yeah, theirs are more stories than. I mean, obviously you feel with their songs, but they're a lot more like just telling a story rather than just having a feeling.
Yeah, like singing an emotion and like having a very simple, she broke up with me and this is how I feel. Like, no, instead it's like, here's all of the things that happened.
Yeah. Number 8, Shreveport.
Across the way, an old blues man was playing on the street. He moaned just like a black antenna. I found myself a seat. He sang, Lord, he lives above us, and the devil sleeps beneath. Well, he growled at me and low between his 3 or 4 gold teeth. And I wished I was in Shreveport, just a gambling like a fool. Well, you can learn some things down there they don't teach in school.
Yes. Okay.
Shreveport, Louisiana.
Yeah. So I just like this one also. It's just
Not even about Shreveport.
what?
He never makes it to Shreveport.
Well, then screw it. Number 7. It's just one of the. It's just not one of those. It's just a story about just a guy who's just
on his way to
a
Shreveport.
rambling guy, pretty much.
Yeah, he's on his way to Shreveport, and they stop for gas, and then he's like, "I'm going to go to the bar," and then sees a pretty waitress, and she's like, "I can teach you things they don't teach you in school." And he's like, "Fuck yeah!" And then before he knows it, he's passed out in like an alleyway, and the police officer wakes him up and arrests him. And then he's like, "Well, I should have just gone to Shreveport."
Yeah. It's another another awesome story. Number 7, Doreen.
You can roll your eyes and nod, but I swear that I saw God in the moonlight on a side street in the wreckage we call Queens. Doreen, Doreen. Last night I had an awful dream. You were laying in the arms of a man I'd never seen. Come clean, Doreen. Come clean, Doreen.
Yes,
That's not Alec.
No, it's not Alec. It's just again another freaking like story, but it's about a girl who just he meets her.
He has a dream that she's cheating on him, and then he's like, "Well, is she cheating on me? Is it real?" And he like tries to call her, and she doesn't answer. And he's like, "Well, if you're not at home in bed, able to answer this phone call, you must be cheating on me."
Yeah, and I mean, but the thing is, it's kind of the way the song's written. It's kind of up in the air if she is or not.
Yeah.
So it's either he's the psychotic boyfriend who's like,
Yeah.
"What are you doing? What
Exactly.
are you doing?" Or else she is just a huge hoe. And
Yeah, and I do love the part where he's just like, because if he is crazy and he's just like, "Come clean, Doreen," it's just like, all right, crazy.
Yeah, this one is just because this one has like an electric guitar in it. It's just like a very quick, like super.
They have
fast song,
and that's one of the things about Turnpike for sure. I got to realize when we saw them live at Medicine Stone, and it's a very apparent in all of their songs, is how great they are as a band.
Oh yeah,
more than just having a great singer or just great songwriting or great music. Like they're all tremendous musicians. I love so many of their songs that feature heavy fiddle because I love fiddle, then electric guitar work and all of it's just so good.
Oh yeah, they're fantastic. I can't wait to see them again at some point. Hopefully, probably at Medicine Stone next year. Yeah, because I'm assuming they go every year.
They've got to, right?
Yeah, well, because they said that people get invited to it, and so pretty much they always say.
Well, yeah, I think if 2 acts were going to be there every year, it would have to be Jason Boland and Turnpike.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. Anyway, number 6, A Tornado Warning.
There's country music in the kitchen. I hear it singing through the screen. Weather warnings in between. I'm glad you got out of the city. There's no telling what's in store along the 35 corridor. Kerosene to feed the flame. Your effect is quite the same. Shadows dancing on the wall, waiting for the sky to fall.
Tornado warning.
It's just 5 minutes of that really annoying thing you hear at 10 o'clock on Tuesday.
We're testing the tornado siren.
Is that right outside my window?
Anyone else live in an area where they test tornado sirens every Tuesday? The first Tuesday of the month?
At 10 a.m. Yeah. I worked when I worked at my old company in Yorkville, Boomba. It was literally across the street from our place, so when it would hit right where I was sitting at the window, It was like I have noise canceling headphones, and it would deafen me. It was awful. But anyway,
and that's the song. No,
yeah.
This song, I love this song. This actually is probably my favorite off of their new album. I just love it's a song that kind of has the feel in terms of the way that's written about like the as long as I'm with you and the world's ending, I'm fine kind of thing, because they use the story of he's with his lover person, and they go out to the house or whatever out in the country, and there's a tornado coming, and so they're kind of like seeking shelter from the storm, but then he just talks about them being together by like candlelight, and how because the line goes kerosene feeds the flame, your effect is quite the same, so saying that they're feeding the stuff into the candle and into their lantern so they can see each other, but it's also the fire of them being together kind of thing. So the world may be ending around them, but they're inside, and it's wonderful just being together. I think there's great fiddle in the song. Yeah,
my favorite from their new album is probably Something to Hold On To, just because it's kind of classic rock. It's like classic rock sounding song.
It is a great song.
But
their whole album is fantastic.
Yeah,
like it really is.
Listening to it again, I was just like, God damn, I want all of these songs on my top 10.
Yep.
But anyway, that leads on to our next one, also from this album, The House Fire.
Lord knows that I've been blessed. I can stand up to the test. I can live on so much less. This much I've been learning. Feel it pounding in my chest. I'm fearful, I'll confess. How am I to give my rest? The house I built is burning.
I absolutely love this song too.
Oh, yeah.
It was the first one I heard off of the new album, because it was the first one released off the new album, I'm pretty sure, for the first single. And it was the return of Lori.
Lori!
This is a great song, totally in the same, storytelling type song, where he wakes up and the house is on fire, Lori grabs the baby and they run out of the house. But then he kind of talks about his concern with, like the house I built is burning, and kind of having fear with what's he going to do, what are they going to do, and he uses the lines about, where am I going to rest my head kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then when it gets to the end of the song, he's thinking about, having the baby and having Lori and realizing that he's going to be okay, and so he switches it right at the end to being, I can find my rest wherever I lay my head down, and just saying that he's got a picture of the three of them and his grandpa's shotgun. And he'll be all right.
Yeah. That album's so good. Number 4, my personal favorite, Fall Out of Love.
Wrong.
How do you fall out of love? Well, how could you lose such a thing? You try and hang on to what's already gone, but how does a person just change? Well, how do you fall out of love?
This song I had at my number one on my top 10 list because this song is just one of those amazing breakup, heartbreak songs. And as we all know, we say it every week, the sad songs are the best songs because they're the most from your heart songs that you can write. And just, I love the line from this. It's just clever songwriting as opposed to how it makes you feel, where you bet your heart on a diamond and I played the clubs and spades, naming all four suits of a deck. I love that line so much.
It's such a classic Evan Felker line, too.
Yeah.
He has so many lines and so many songs like that are just beautifully written with, like, I don't know if it's technically a pun or whatever the fuck you want to call it, but whatever device that is
just
of
play
language,
on words,
whatever that is, it's beautiful because I love the line in I don't know why I can't think of what the song title is, but off of the new album, he has the line, "I don't mind you playing me, just keep it in a major key." And I just like, I love that line too. And it's just like, that's the kind of shit that he does so well. It's unbelievable.
I suck at writing songs. But even that line, though, even though, because it's cleverly written, it does, I guess I lied when I said it's more about that. Because it's she bet her heart on this diamond ring, but he's out just playing the clubs instead. Like, and it's just this... And there was the line, because he also has the line in there about like either like I was bound to leave or like you knew I was going to leave kind of thing. In there too. Yeah, and or for crying out loud, I was bound to walk out. Yeah. How do you know when it's done? And it's just the song of like the line is, so it's called Fall Out of Love. How do you fall out of love? Like, how do you lose that? Like, how does that just feeling go away? Yeah. Like, what happened that made that feeling go away? And it's just such a perfect heartbreak song, and so it is by far, like I was, as I said 1,000 times already, I love all their songs, but this one is by far my favorite because it's just the meaning behind it and everything. But it's and for the third week in a row, my number one song was not on Kevin's top 10 anywhere. So Kevin's on a roll. Kevin sucks at choosing songs. I'm on fire. Anyway, number 3, Gin Smoke Lies.
Well, he got 20 gals, well, he's happy as a lark. But he wake up in the morning time, put them all to bed at dark. Put them all to bed at dark. Well, if you've been true, you better look me in the eye. For all I smell is cheap perfume and gin and smoke and lies.
Gin, smoke, and lies.
It's just gin, smoke, lies.
Sure.
Yes.
I always thought the "and" was in there because in the song it says gin and smoke and lies.
No, it's just gin, smoke, lies.
Your lies.
All right. I do remember this one being played live at Medicine Stone, though.
Oh yeah. It's a great song. I love this song. It's it's like confronting a cheating lover because he has the line like, "If you've been true, then look me in the eyes." And he says, "All I smell is gin, smoke, and lies." Yeah. And so he's basically saying like, "Okay, you're full of shits and you're cheating on me and you know."
Yeah. Well, if you've been true, you better look me in the eyes because all I smell is cheap perfume and gin and smoke. And
exactly.
lies.
Yeah. And so, but he also has the line in there that's at the beginning and the end of the song about there's like a lone dove like crying because they lost their one true love, and then he talks about like the rooster has 20 gals. So I feel like what is going on is he's talking about like he cared. He clearly cared for her more than she cared for him, and so that's why he is much more distraught about it, and that's why he's confronting her.
Yeah, it's God, I love Turnpike.
They're so good. They really are.
Yeah, so if you're listening to our podcast because you enjoy our podcast, I don't know, you have some messed up taste. But if you haven't heard Turnpike, as you're hearing these clips that we're putting in, I hope you
do
become the
yourself
biggest
a favor
fan of Turnpike
and
after this.
Just do yourself a favor and save all of their albums and listen to every song on every single one. Usually I would say start with this or start with that, but honestly, they're tremendous, and they it's weird because sometimes you would say an artist, oh, they really did awesome on their first album, and they kind of went downhill, or they really started building to get
Eric
better.
Church, he's had some missteps.
Yeah, it was or they started building and now they're really great. I mean, I think this new album is probably my favorite of theirs, but at the same time, all of their albums are tremendous. So just listen to all of them. Listen to every single one. You will find at least a couple songs on each album that you will very much enjoy if you like good music.
Yeah.
If you don't like good music and you're listening to this, I don't know what that means.
Oh, and if you've listened to this because I know some people listen to us because they found out about Jamie Lynn Wilson, so they listen to our podcast for her. Their song "Call a Spade a Spade" features Jamie Lynn Wilson.
Yeah.
And that song, it was actually on my top 10. It didn't make our final top 10, but that song is also amazing.
And Jamie Lynn is amazing.
Oh, yes, Jamie Lynn Spears. But yeah, anyway, number 2, "Long Hot Summer Day."
Well, I got me a gal in Pekin. She's a good old gal, okay. Oh, she's sitting there waiting by a window fan on a long hot summer day. Oh, every day I'm working on the Illinois River, get a half a day off with pay. Oh, so boat picking up barges on a long hot summer day.
I just love this song because they mentioned the Illinois River, and Illinois is a place that I lived.
And Illinois River is what went through Tahlequah when we were in Medicine Stone. That's where we
Technically, a little smidgen of the Illinois River. Little outlet.
Yeah, but this song was the first one, like I said, that I heard by them, and I heard it, and I was like, this is an amazing summer song. It's an amazing country song in general.
It's just so great. It's just it's written, in my opinion, kind of like a classic folk song where it's just, I'm working all day and life is pretty good because I've got these simple things, but I've got, a woman at home who's great, and I've got, a job that, gives me a half a day off with pay, and just all these things, and it's just it's a long hot summer day, which is like, okay, it's a long work day, but it's also extra sunlight, and you're going to get some time off, and just kind of working and doing all right kind of song.
Yeah,
and great fiddle.
And the first time we actually heard the song live wasn't from Turnpike. Actually, they didn't even play it at the concert, which made me very sad. But we heard it when this band called Wheelhouse opened for Aaron Watson at Joe's Bar.
One of the greatest openers I've ever seen in terms of I had never heard them before.
Yeah.
And then they went on and just blew my mind.
Yeah, if you're ever one of those people who says, "Oh, well, the doors are at this time, but the opener starts this," but the band starts this, always go see, unless you know who they are and you don't like them.
They're shitty. Yes.
But if it's a band you never heard of, go see the openers because they're there because they want to get their name out there, and you go there, you are going to discover good new music.
Yeah.
And they'll play some covers sometimes because they want to be heard. But, yeah, go see openers.
Yeah,
they're so
I don't
good.
know how many times I've seen an opener. I honestly couldn't tell you how many times I've seen an opener and been like, wow, they're really good. I want to listen to more of their music. And then before I knew it, they ended up being a big star in their own right.
Yeah, big headliner. Not that we have anything to do with that, but yeah,
we did.
They'll lead and they'll end up being someone. It's like, oh my god, we saw them open for whoever. But
exactly,
Wheelhouse. They're the ones who played Long on Summer Day. They also played Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd, which was the greatest thing ever.
That was one of the most amazing live performances of a song I've ever seen.
Yeah,
the way they harmonized
a bluegrass version of Pink Floyd.
Turning Pink Floyd into bluegrass music, I was like, wow.
They don't have it recorded, but I still suggest listening to this band. They're called Wheelhouse. They're out of Madison, Wisconsin. They're an amazing bluegrass band.
Yep.
Listen to them. But what we're talking about now is Turnpike, and their number one song that you need to be listening to by Turnpike Troubadours is 7 and 7.
How do I find that old familiar feeling, the one that carried me so many years ago? The fun was dominoes and 7-Up and Seagrams. Well, things were simple then, just moving nice and slow. Ain't it strange?
Kevin likes to call them
Straight 28s. Oh, my God. Oh, Lordy.
Tell him the story of Straight 28, Kevin.
So, I was at a wedding one time, and we had been drinking, but, like, not super hard, and so we kind of hit this point in the night where me and Jay and Josh and my friend Chode, I don't want to say Chode because I didn't want it to sound like I said Chode, but then I just said Chode, so all right.
Justin is his name.
Yeah, I guess he has the first name. So we were like talking, like, okay, this is the moment of the night where we have to decide. We are either going to start drinking heavily and get drunk because this is a wedding and we're going to have fun, or we're going to stop and we're just going to be good and we're going to wake up without hangovers. And
it's a bad decision to have to make.
And we went the option of drinking heavily immediately, and so we've been drinking 7 and 7s, and we were like, okay, we've been drinking 7 and 7s, but we got to drink faster. And so we got the idea. I don't know who had the idea, but whoever had the idea was like, oh, I'll get us something. And it was, instead of a 7 and 7, we got what we called a straight 28, which was just, instead of equal parts, 7-Up and Seagrams, it was all Seagrams and no 7-Up, and it was just a cup of Seagrams, and we drank it really fast.
So what is it? It was technically like 4 shots.
It was
of
4.
7,
It was 4 shots. 4 shots of Seagrams and ice.
So it was a straight 28.
So everybody, if you want to drink the official drink of CountryHodgepodge.com, the straight 28.
Oh, that should be a shirt.
Oh, God.
Straight 28.
Okay, but yes, so 7 and 7. It is a great song.
I know this was the one you said you really wanted to hear live, and then they end up playing it.
Yeah, this is my favorite by them. I really, really, really like the line about I had no clue I'd be the boy your mom warned you about, because it's this whole story about, he had this girlfriend back when they were young. And then he's like in the supermarket and he sees her again, and she's like married, has a husband, with her husband and her kid. And he talks about like she's a picture perfect image of strength and grace and beauty, and like basically like has grown up and is doing all the things right. And he's like, and I'm just a fool in the supermarket aisle. And the way that he describes their relationship was like kind of stayed out too late and had fun, and so he was basically the bad influence.
Yeah.
And he had no idea that this was his role in this situation, and so he's basically looking back on it like, I had no idea that I was the one that your mom would warn you about, like the bad influence, like don't hang out with that kid. And then as he kind of like wraps the song up, he's like continues to go on about like he really hasn't grown up, and he's just in this same situation where like, I don't know, he says, like, the people don't even know my name, and I still tend to, I still wake up sleeping on the floor, things like that, and I just really love that line.
Yeah,
it's great.
And then, because unless you're, Bryan Gilbert, who's like, I'm a bad boy, most people in their songs, they just always play themselves as, like, I'm the good guy in this story, I'm the good boyfriend, I'm the nice guy, why aren't you with me? But this one's just like, he thought he was the nice guy, and then realizes, like, oh, wait, no, I'm the fuck.
Yeah, the realization of, like, I didn't have any clue that that's what I was doing, and like that's who I was. I just think that's a really interesting line, and I think it's funny that the song is titled 7 and 7 because there's only one mention of that.
Yeah.
It just says like back then, fun was Domino's, 7-Up, and Seagram, and like that's it. He doesn't mention it at all the rest of the song.
Yeah, it's such.
It's just a perfect. It's just it's a
Evan
classic.
Felker is an amazing songwriter.
It's just a classic Evan Felker written song. It's just great.
Yeah, so listen, if you're not I hope you're a Turnpike fan now if you weren't coming into this podcast, because
everyone really should be a Turnpike fan. Like, even if you don't like quote-unquote country music, they just listen to their more roots rock type songs.
Yeah, they got rock songs, they got roots songs, they got just bluegrass country, they got everything. Good. But, they're amazing. Yeah, so that's our top 10. I know some people will be listening for this, so send us your top 5 or 10 and let us know how wrong we were for not including your favorite song on the top list. 7 and 7 was Kevin's top number 1, and it was my number 6. But they're
boom.
Yeah, they're fantastic. So anyway, moving on before please keep listening to the podcast, please. Last week there was a lot of good music that came out. I don't know if you had a chance to listen to them because I know you were busy auditing all week and sick. But first was Steep Canyon Rangers, Out in the Open. Just a great classic country bluegrass-ish song, CD.
I think I listened to a little bit of it.
Yeah.
But I've seen Steep Canyon Rangers live before, and they were really good.
Oh, nice. Then I'm gonna butcher her last name. Mary Gauthier, I don't know. Her album Rifles and Rosary Beads. It's very like military. Like almost every song is about like the army and kind of stuff. But it's really good. Steve Helm's band, Can I Buy You a Country Song? They're just a very honky tonk country band.
Nice.
Leaving Thomas, self-titled album. I'm only going to recommend about half of it. The songs that are on the playlist, I do like. Those songs are very country, very good songs. The other is just, this is what you hear on the radio. And so it's just a very 50-50 album, but I will recommend it for the songs that are on it because the ones that are good are great. One of my favorites of the week, Laura Benitez and the Heartache with All Its Thorns. That album is fantastic. And guess what, guys? She's a woman.
What?
But yeah, that one is...
She needs to step up.
That one is like one of my 3 favorite of the week, along with Sarah Morgan, Average Jane, another amazing country art, just classic country album, and then Marie /Lepento. I don't know. Marie Lepento. That's how it's written. So... yeah, so their album's called 10 Killer. That one's a fantastic. It's kind of an American Aquarium sounding CD. It's really good. But then also Ben Miller Band, Choke Cherry Tree, also a very good one. Jeffrey Gaines, all right. He's kind of an Americana folk rock artist, and that one's a really good one as well. So yeah, there was a lot that came out last week. But if you subscribe to my Friday's New Music playlist, which I tweet out every Friday, the best new music, you can hear all those CDs. I suggest listening to all of them. Well, by the time you listen to this, it'll probably be this week's songs that are on there. But listen to all those; they're good. Coming out this week, though, I'll say quickly that because I've already listened to it and my review will be up soon. Is Montgomery Gentry's new CD? It's good. There are some bad songs on there, but overall, it's still a very classic Montgomery Gentry sounding album. So if you like them, you'll enjoy it.
Doesn't Mike and the Moon Pies come out tomorrow too?
Yes, I believe so. I was just saying that because I know.
I was thinking
of
it because certain people are going to be seeing Mike and the Moon Pies on Sunday.
Who?
I don't know, someone else.
Okay. No, yeah, we'll be talking about that next week because we have 2 concerts this weekend and they're going to both be amazing. So
yeah.
What have you been listening to this week, Kevin?
I've been listening to the sound of one sinus drain into the other sinus.
All right. Got it. We don't have any listener stuff this week. Well, I haven't checked, so we might. But you can find us at countryhodgepodge.com, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Country Hodgepodge. The playlist you can find at Hodgepodgecast Picks, where every week I upload the songs we talk about on each podcast. They've all been up there from every episode so far. It's a very long playlist already. So if you just find Hodgepodgecast Picks on Spotify, you'll find it. Kevin's Picks of the Week, you can find it through our website or by finding the username Donkey Factory, one word. Yeah.
Great name.
Okay. You can buy any of our dumb shirts on TeePublic, and there's a link through the site. We have some good ones like Sam Hunt Sucks, Walker Hayes Blows, Is This Eric Church? We got America Fuck Yeah. We got some good shirts on there.
Put a straight 28 shirt up there eventually.
Oh, that's going to be classic. Maybe I'll make it look like the Seagram 7 logo. That'll be a good one.
Badass.
But, there's actually, I've sold 2 onesies, like baby onesies, of one that says, it's called Americana Para, says Stapleton, Simpson, Isbell, and Moreland on it. And that one's personal favorite, because I actually own that shirt, too, because I'm an amazing artist. What?
If you are the people buying these onesies, name your children after us.
Charch and Clifford.
Exactly. Not our real names. That would be ridiculous.
Yeah. You can find me on Facebook at Steve Hodge Music. You can find me on Twitter at CHP_Clifftron. You can find Kevin on Twitter and Instagram at CHP_Charch. Please rate and review the podcast on iTunes. It helps us get discovered because people... I don't know, this might come as a surprise to you, but we get more and more listeners every week. So that's kind of a weird thing. But,
who are you people?
Yeah, what are you guys doing?
But seriously, I'm so glad to have you.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for
it's amazing that anyone listens to us because we're 2 nobodies who just like country music way too much.
Just enough.
That's it for this week. Next week, we're going to finally get to that Sam Hunt episode.
All right.
So until next week, I'm Steve Hodge, as always, joined by Kevin Hodge saying goodbye, good night, and good Charlotte.